BMW has just updated the X3 to keep it competitive against its rivals, but the updates are actually quite hard to spot, so I'll just take you through them now. The X3 actually has some new lights and a revised bumper at the front to make it look more like its bigger brother, the X5. There's also a new bumper at the rear, and you've got some LED indicators in the door mirrors. But other than that, it's very similar to before. Obviously, practicality hasn't changed, but that's no bad thing because the X3 actually has a bigger boot than its main rivals. If you look down here, you'll see there's no load lip, so it's easy to slide items out. The parcel shelf, I'll just show you, it has a net there, which is handy if you want to stop your Labrador from slobbering over your leather seat. The only problem I have with it is that when you remove it, it is a little bit heavy. You could actually do a workout with this thing. One thing that's handy is that you can fold down this central seat individually, which is great if you want to carry skis, yet still have two passengers in the back. Now, some BMW cars allow you to fold down the seats by pressing a button just here. You do actually have to reach to the catch on the top of the seat, but it's not too much of a reach. When you fold down the chairs, you can see you get a flat load bay, and that is a cavernous load space there. It's really, really practical. We've also got a useful cubby down here. And throughout this car, the cubbies are actually really good. You've got some large door bins, various netting about the place, and even the door bins here in the back, look, that's a litre size bottle. It's pretty impressive. Putting the chairs back, it's nice and easy. And here in the back, you've actually got loads of space. This seat is in my driving position. I'm 5'11", and look at this headroom. That's really generous. Tall people will be fine back here. Knee room is good as well. You don't have a flat floor, but it's not too much of a problem because, well, you can put your feet on here if you want to, and there is enough space in the footwells for everyone's feet, though I still think this is quite a narrow seat and you wouldn't want to carry 3 adults in the back here for too long. But it's the same on all this car's rivals, and overall in the back this is a nice spacious car. BMW has added some extra equipment to the new X3. As standard, it now comes with an automatic tailgate and satellite navigation, though this car actually has the upgraded widescreen system. All X3s also get leather interior, dual zone climate control, heated front seats, cruise control and DAB digital radio. Perhaps the biggest news with this refreshed X3 is that it now comes with BMW's new 4-cylinder 2-litre diesel engine. The one in the old car was so rough that it actually sounded like it was running on gravel, but this one's a lot quieter. It's smoother as well when you rev it, and it does give very good performance. 0 to 62 miles an hour in this car is 8.1 seconds, yet it returns 52 miles per gallon. The S-Drive 18D will actually do 56.5 miles per gallon, but it's less powerful and rear-wheel drive only. And while it may be £1,700 cheaper, most people will be better off spending the extra for the added performance and extra grip of the all-wheel drive 20D. Just imagine you're on the school run, it's snowing and you're stuck in your X3 and your friends find out that your 4x4 is actually a fake, and that would just be very, very embarrassing. As well as the new engine, BMW has added some extra soundproofing to the X3 to make it even more relaxing to travel in than before. BMW actually hasn't done anything to this car's steering nor the suspension, but that doesn't really matter because it's still one of the best handling SUVs. It's really, really good to drive actually, and you can hurtle it down a back route such as this at quite an alarming rate for a tour vehicle. That said, if you were to back it with a Porsche Macan, it wouldn't feel quite as sporty, and I think that the X4, the X3's cousin, is sharper to drive as well, but there's really not that much in it. You're going to be perfectly happy with this car in the way you're going to drive it. It's also very comfy. The seats especially, they're supportive, they're good over long distances, and the ride over bumps, it's nice, although it's even better if you go for the optional adaptive dampers. That's the thing with BMWs, you really need to spend extra on expensive options to make them drive as good as they can. For instance, while the X3 deals well enough with bumps, when you fit it with the optional adaptive dampers, it rides even better. The 2-litre model actually comes with a 6-speed manual as standard, and I've said this in many a BMW review, I don't like their manual gearboxes all that much. The shifts seem springy, and in right-hand drive cars the pedals seem offset to the right. You're really going to want to pay extra for the 8-speed automatic because it's excellent. Actually, you get that as standard on the 6-cylinder cars, and if you're lusting after a nice 6-cylinder petrol engine, bad luck. In the UK, the X3 is only available with diesel power. If you want a petrol power SUV with 6 cylinders, you're going to have to look at the Porsche Macan, and those are seriously, seriously rapid. And that brings us on to the interior. Yes, it's well made, and yes, BMW has added the latest touchpad for the iDrive system and some piano black trim on the centre console, but it could have gone further as the interior design is starting to show its age now. A Range Rover Evoque is way cooler inside and far better off-road. Finally, there's the price, because you're obviously paying a premium for that BMW badge, but then it's the same story with the Audi Q5, though that car does actually hold its value a bit better come resale time, and you can see our review of it by clicking up there. You can also see our review of the Porsche Macan by clicking down here. I'm not going to direct you to our review of the BMW X4 because it's basically the same car as this, only it's smaller inside, it's uglier, and it's more expensive, so you're going to have to go find that yourself. Or in the meantime, you can watch our latest review by clicking down here. If you click up there on our logo, you can subscribe to our channel.